We're standing here talking to AIC head men's ice hockey coach Gary Wright. Coach, you're about to enter your 27th season behind the bench for the Yellow Jackets. Why don't you talk about the expectations for the team coming up this season?
Well, I think, Daryl, like a lot of teams across the country that are just at the outset of their seasons, we're full of hope. We were particularly pleased with our play down the stretch last year. We have a good group of returnees and a pretty good recruiting class as well, and we hope that's a nice mix, and we're really optimistic about things.
Now, you mentioned that we have a good group returning. We've got 17 guys coming back from last year's squad. Each of the top five scorers from last year's coming back. Why don't you talk about specific expectations for some of those guys to lead this team this season?
Well, I think that starts with Pleskash, Archibald, and McLeod. Our green line, as we call it, returns intact. And they were particularly proficient down the road last year and showed a lot of offensive prowess as well. So they'll be kind of our staple as we start into the season. And obviously it takes more than one line. We're going to have to get some other good effective combinations as well. But as you referenced, we do have a number of our top scorers back. And I think that, obviously playing stringent defense is important to us, but we're also going to have to put the puck in the net.
All right. Now, it does seem like the offense was kind of the target of the recruiting class of the guys we have coming in. I believe 6 are forwards. Why don't you talk about a couple of the guys that you're expecting to maybe come in, step in, and make an impact right away?
Yeah. We're pretty keen on all of them. Blake Peak is certainly an individual that led his league this past year. He's somebody that we expect to give us instant help. John Puskar from the USHL is another individual. But we're pretty happy in general with all of the freshmen we brought in. And as you suggested, we really concentrated particularly on forwards, and in part because all our defensemen returned.
Now, I guess maybe one area of concern might be the goaltending. It's going to be kind of a young group. Ben Meiser does come back, started 20 games for us last year. Is he going to kind of be the go-to guy, or is there someone that we maybe aren't thinking about on paper that you're expecting to step in and spend some time in the net?
Ben will be starting tomorrow night, and obviously he and Jake Anderson are both returnees. And we have high expectations for them. Ben played very well at times last year, also had a couple of shutouts that was pretty noteworthy for a freshman. And we have Ryan Kerpen, a freshman, coming in this year. That's one of our points of emphasis this year, to improve on our goaltending, and the fact that we have 2 back and a pretty good guy coming in Kerpen. We're hoping that, like in any hockey team, that goaltending is so important. And the other thing that was kind of nice with that, too, for the first time in several years, we have a goaltending coach that's going to be working with them in general. So we think we've made some big improvements in the net and in our whole goaltending program in general.
We're standing here talking to AIC senior men's ice hockey player Tom Mele. Tom, we're about to drop the puck on the 2010-11 season. Why don't you talk about some of the expectations you guys have as a team for the upcoming year?
I think the biggest expectation would have to definitely be just getting out of the basement. We've been in there the last few years, and with the core group of guys we got coming back right now, and the freshmen we have coming in, I'd definitely say that this is the best team that we've had since I've been here. Just overall, we got to be better on the ice as far as winning goes. I mean, there's too many games where we're down by 1 going into the third, and we just shut down for some reason. I have no idea what it is. But for this year, I think with the group we got and the attitudes all around, I think that winning is the #1 priority for this team this year.
Okay, now just to talk about you specifically right now, you are a senior, you were named team captain. Has that placed any additional pressure on you, or do you have any particular goals for yourself that you want to see happen for this year?
I think it might be a little bit of pressure, not much though. I'd say that, like, for me personally, I'm more, like, I believe in the whole lead by example thing. And I'm not the type of guy that's going to be screaming a lot and being vocal. Like, I'll be vocal when need be, but as far as me personally, I just think my job is to lead on the ice and be a positive influence in the locker room and on the bench, and like I said, just lead by example. And for me personally, this is my last year, and I want to go out definitely having the best year of my career. So I just think once I do those little things, everything else will fall into play. So.
We're talking to AIC senior men's ice hockey player Mike Little. Mike, we're about to drop the puck on the 2010-11 season. Why don't you talk about some of the hopes and expectations that you have for the team this year?
Well, probably the biggest expectation is definitely better results, win more games. We've been in last place, I think, almost every year I've been here. So the team we have coming in this year, we're not a last place team. We need a few more wins in close games, finding ways to win. That's the effort has to be there, but finding a way to win is the biggest thing I think we need to bring to the table every night this year. Okay, now this is your senior year. You were named an assistant captain for this year. Has that placed any additional expectations that you maybe have on yourself, and any additional pressure to be a leader on the team, and also talk about kind of the expectations you may have for yourself, being this is your senior year? Well, I think my biggest goal for this year for me and the team is get the team out of the basement, win more games. That being said, I'm a senior. Juniors and seniors, we've been here long enough. We know what it takes. We have to lead as a group, as upperclassmen. We can't expect. I mean, we got a good freshman class coming in, but we can't dump the load on the younger sophomores and freshmen. You know, everybody's got to chip in, but I think junior and senior leadership is crucial all the way around.